Greetings, family. You are once again welcome to the Nation's Anchor TV, and I trust you're doing very well. In this episode, let's look at this particular conversation making the airwaves. People are talking, and it's all how to do about Ibrahim Traore carrying a gun on himself to greet our president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, during his visit to the inauguration day. And people are making a whole lot of conversation, a whole lot of noise. Why should he carry a gun on himself to go and greet the president? What if what if he held our president a hostage? Blah 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 blah. And I sat down and then I read, or I did a few checks, and I found out that we don't like learning, we don't like reading, we don't like to think aloud. We don't prefer thinking aloud. We just feel like switching on camera and talking. I understand your concerns, I bet if you should have read or do a little bit research, you would have understand why it went on that way. There is this respectable man, in fact, a knowledgeable one. His name is Wahab. He is a diplomatic consultant, and he has come out to explain vividly about the reason why Ibrahim Traore carried that gun on himself to go and was going to congratulate the president. And there isn't a problem with that, because this is a diplomatic invitation between these two countries. Ibrahim Traore is a leader of Burkina Faso, and he is being invited by a leader in Ghana, in fact, a president who is just elected and being inaugurated on 7th January, and he's been invited. Now, for a leader from one country to be invited to the other country, and in this case, Ibrahim Traore, in that context, ever since he became the leader of Burkina, he hasn't traveled, or he have not traveled outside Burkina to any other democratic country apart from the Sahel. Because you and I, we all know how he came through power, how he captured or how he took power through a bloodless, a safe coup, and how the Western and even ECOWAS, our economic blah 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 blah, this ECOWAS stomach leadership, ECOWAS trying to sanction them, trying to tell them to give power back to civilian, blah 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 blah. And for that matter, Ibrahim Traore has never have the mentality of traveling to any of these African countries apart from the Sahels. So for the first of its kind, he traveling to Ghana, a country whereby we are still in the democratic way, and we have elected a president. And this president, talk of John Dramani Mahama, overlook what the image out there, or what the Westerns and Americans and what some of the ECOWAS leaders are trying to do. He overlooked it, and he is much important in how we can come together, irrespective of how you came to power. The most important thing is development, how we can relate, how we can connect, how we can link up, how we can agree to build our countries together. Because Burkina sorry, please, I'm sorry. Burkina shares border with Ghana. In fact, Burkina cleared most of their goods through Ghana ports. So there is no way you can cut ties with Burkina. It's unfortunate that our previous president, His Excellency, former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he was in alliance with the Americans, and he even went there to report Ibrahim Traore to them. So you could see that there wasn't that link between Ibrahim Traore and Akufo-Addo, our former president. But talk of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there is this link between him. He understands the situations, and he has no problem. So he thought of nothing wrong inviting him. And for Ibrahim Traore taking that risk, coming to Ghana, a lot of protocols will be considered. They will give their measures to Ghana, their security measures, because it's very risky. He can even be captured when he comes to Ghana, even if not by Ghana's leadership, or if not by Ghana's security men or our military men. This Ghana is still in connection, or is still in agreement, or is still in alignment with this Europe and Westerns. They can maneuver, or they can by their own ways and means try to set up and capture Ibrahim Traore and declare Burkina as a state of whatever, and then give the, leave Burkina for them to go back to their civilian rule. So Ibrahim Traore, as a conscious leader, will give his protocols, things he will himself will love to put in place if Ghana's, leadership, or if Ghana will agree for him to do that, then he will come. Then Ghana also will give his protocols, security protocols to Ibrahim Traore, that this and this is what we will, we will love to provide for you in terms of your security. So these two parties will definitely come at agreement before Ibrahim Traore will step his foot on or in Ghana. So all these are in place. Him putting a gun on himself is in place. Bringing his military guys is in place. And didn't you notice how his military guys were all over at the inauguration center? Yes, it's all in place. It is a whole risky thing. He coming in the midst of Americans coming in the midst of these ECOWAS, blah blah blah, ECOWAS, empty barrel ECOWAS, coming in the midst of them. You get the point. He has to be extra vigilant and extra careful. He have to have it there. So please, some of you who are displaying all sorts of ignorance out there, please, let's listen to this man, IBRAHIM, the international diplomatic consultant. He also, he took his time to delve deep for us to understand it more. But in a simple scenario, I want you to understand that it is in the notice of Ghana's security, measures, Ghana's security, those in charge of our security, it is in their notice that Ibrahim Traore will be coming to Ghana with these protocols. He will have this with him. It is in the notice of them. They are aware. So if you have a problem, and why should you even have a problem? You shouldn't have any problem. So please, let's go and listen to Mr. IBRAHIM, how he explained this thing, for us to understand. Kindly share this video for educational purposes, for somebody to understand that as a leader, in the caliber of Ibrahim Traore, and knowing how risky the grounds are, won't just wake up or stand up and go somewhere for just going sick. No. In fact, even being in a military uniform is all part of the protocols. If you will agree, I will come. But if you won't agree, I won't come. And it was agreed. Everything was agreed before he made a move to come to the Ghana. To come here. So please, I think it's about time we have to do a little bit of research, find a lot of findings, consider a lot of things before we come out to raise all sorts of argument and then conversations. Okay, let's listen to this man and then come back.
People should learn from this. Say security experts. Idea we no men can't want to. Maybe they are men can't. No. Men can't. Obia Konu school different. And yeah, woman can a Saba threat. Yes, we are talking about diplomacy, agreements, any protocols when it comes to presidential visit. What we need more Jumano and Kokan was him good massive. Whether you're a lecturer, you're a professor, whether you're a cyber, whatever, idea with him, don't go there, don't talk, we'll be unforced to talk. And a good number of them were talking blah blah blah. But when I listen, hey, into a quarter class, who could no jam crowd in my dinner, security expert. And yet, when there's nothing, it's not your field. Yeah, great, protocols. Ghana signing, foreign affairs will copy, said protocol will copy. Me too. Ghana Air Force will copy, including where the aircraft they ban, baby or packet. Including aircraft they ban, the securities on board. Now my main sure. Tinubu flight or they buy. Nigeria be 14 armed officers from Nigeria Air Force. The pilot of Nigeria got a president, a soldier. You must be in uniform. What I say. They are not Buhari or flying on Tunde Olu Adiri. Only na me dem ba me last born dey tune. Why am I down for? Oh. Tunde was a military, he flies Buhari. as an Air Force. No the flight in Bisia. Soldiers Nessie. On the Ghana Air Force. Because alien soldier on the land of Ghana. But agreements in Akoso. Ghana military, Ghana Air Force, you are aware. Some flight in Tinubu Bano. 14 armed men or so. Never guide the flight, you know. The flights in see what Tinubu to see a man red carpet to be a criminal. Pilots, you know. 2. On your friend said, air hostess. And I see what. Now you're Paja Womu. Yeah, do call. Abra President Kono, your monko Juma home hotel. Not 14 armed men, no. Or mercy form. Or my young bench, our aircraft in Nasi. Or guided plane no copy, Mr. President Besaba. Or no plane as an order. All to Independence Square. Winning the air course war hall. Paul Kagame. Ni plane suono near guide the Munko airport in Kobisa woman. These are what is called agreement amoye. Actually, Nina. And ya a year for public consumption, say, ye betche. In the Traore Bao by the tune cranono, it was part and parcel of the diplomatic agreement. Our
Ghana, say the president of Ghana that time, John Dramani Mahama,
yes,
aware.
Yes,
they dress everything up.
Only be ahead of time.
Okay.
Only be ahead of time.
Okay.
Now there's some
including your security.
Obi aware.
Okay.
But then you be some sort of catch up because they don't owe you say Obabaka
too much then. Okay.
Shadia Traore or chair president we and the vice president in Okochiano. Otunike. Direct to a year for first time. What does it mean? It is a contest between where diplomacy meets culture. Where diplomacy meets culture means that no in the Moshi Burkinabe Ohu Oba at the Mami. Into going to a vice president, a woman vice president, you know, at that point on the mind of Traore, he was going to greet his mother. In Burkina tribe, in Moshi tribe, Bambala tribe, Fulani tribe, name all of them. Okay.
Hola. So, my people, I think it is clear. All those who are wondering and questioning all sorts of, asking all sorts of questions. This was a diplomatic agreement, okay? All protocols were respected. That is why it happened. And I don't think Captain Ibrahim Traore, is that kind of a wicked, or let me say, will have that kind of mentality of capturing our president in a hostage for what? No. He is in for the development of Africa. He is much concerned about how we can partner with those who have good intentions for us. Okay? For all these years, we have been partnering with the Westerns, the Americans, but it is significantly clear that these people are just interested in what they can take from us. They are not ready to set us on the right path for us to also start picking up. They want to always be giving us the little and be taking the huge from us. Don't see him, an African youth who is listening to me. Never be convinced, never be deceived, never be miseducated by any media, any agenda that Ibrahim Traore is a bad person, or because he made it. He came to power through coup, and for that matter, he's a bad image or he's a bad leader. No. In fact, I support the fact that if we democratically vote for these civilian or politicians and they are messing up, I support the fact that our military men should take over the country. Yes, should take over. But it's unfortunate that our politicians, they read, they learn to the extent that they've eventually corrupted most of our militaries. The militaries in Nigeria have been condemned to Grebu. They are in the pocket of the politicians now. The police, the military, the security services that are in position to take the country from these politicians when they are messing up, the politicians have also studied and learned to a certain point that they've managed to keep these people in their pocket by giving them all sorts of salaries, all sorts of benefits, and for that matter, these military men are not in their right thinking to take over the country from these politicians when they are messing up? No. Come to Ghana. Our military guys, with all due respect to them, our military has been filled, is filled with party boys. At the end of the day, every party that comes to power recruit his squad, his boys. Fill them up there. So you can imagine, they will never on any day think of overthrowing or taking the country when these politicians are messing up, because they are being paid and their salaries are being increased 300%, 100%, 200%, time in, time out. So they are living good. So they will just be guiding them, escorting them up and down while they are messing up the life of the masses, but our military men don't care. So if it takes, if some people, if some military men, conscious ones, like the likes of Dumbuya, the likes of IBRAHIM Traoore and Niger, mention them, if they come to the sense of taking their country back from these corrupt leaders and then aligning with, even if BRICS, or aligning with superpowers that have good intentions about them and help them develop their country, let's not allow or belittle or give the chance or give a room for them to be tarnished to us or destroyed to us. No. Let's look at their measures, their developmental structures that they are putting in place, and if it is good and if it is in the benefit or it is in the good way for the people to have a good life, good living, we should embrace it. On this note, salute to IBRAHIM Traoore, and he should know that he's not a leader for Burkinas alone, he's a leader for Africa. Peace out. I end it here. Kindly subscribe, hit on the notification bell so that when we put an update, you get your first hand of it. See you in my next episode. My name is Ofaya, the Nation Uncle, and I love having you on board. Piao.
Follow us on Facebook, Ofaya, the Nation's Uncle. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Nation's Uncle TV. Follow us on TikTok, The Nation's Uncle. The Nation's Uncle gives you the raw truth. Thanks for watching.